Thank you, darling. What we're going to be doing with scatter plots is we're going to graph two different kinds of data. And sometimes they relate, sometimes they don't relate. And that's what it means by bivariate data. Correlation means the relationship. So you can have a positive relationship if it increases. You can have a negative relationship if it decreases. Or it can have no relationship at all. So like the height of someone usually correlates with their wingspan. You don't see super short people with really long arms, right? That's just not how it works. As you get older, you do get taller, right?
No.
Okay, guys, well, a baby starts out as little bitty, and then it gets bigger. So as you get older, you do get taller. Like, everyone doesn't start at this.
Old people straight.
Yes, Pumpkin, but we're not all gremlins, so it's not just a bunch of little gremlins running around out there. All right, so a positive correlation as... Children, calm down. As X increases, Y also increases. So as X increases, Y increases. Every day. Every day. I know. That's why I drink peppermint tea in the afternoons. Alright, so what we're going to do on the inside is we're going to draw what a weak positive correlation looks like, what a moderate positive correlation looks like, and what a strong. So let's go ahead and label all of our axes X and Y. No, it's not.
How do you know? You already know?
No, you don't find out until like 10 weeks, but I just can't. I just can't. I want it to be healthy and live.
Which one will you do? Are you gonna cry when it comes out of your stomach?
What if you have triplets?
I don't want to say the other word.
It's like the movie Alien, bro.
It's recording, you weirdo people. Alright, so a weak positive correlation looks like this. So you can tell that it's increasing, but it's not a super strong increase. I know. This is what a scatter plot looks like.
I remember these. I don't remember when we did them. I know I did them.
Oh my gosh.
But make sure it's increasing, guys. Don't just put dots for no reason.
That's what it looks like.
Mine's increasing.
It sounds like rain.
Alright, now a moderate one, they're going to be a little more squished together, right? So that one's a little better. Do you agree or disagree so far?
I agree.
And a strong one will be super close together. Boom, that's a strong positive correlation.
Those look the same.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, baby. Sounds like a bunch of woodpeckers.
You know, woodpeckers have like really long tongues. That's great.
So they can go in there and get the
Oh,
termite
where'd you
trap.
find that out? Okay, just tell
You
me.
also know that? Like it goes over around your brain. Yeah.
Okay, that's
And
weird.
it protects our head when we're
Alright, now, what do you think a negative correlation is going to do? As X increases, what does Y do? It decreases. As X increases, Y decreases. Are you having a fit? No. That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't even know how to respond to that. No. Alright, so open this.
It's the opposite.
It is the opposite. So start drawing. Do a weak, moderate, and strong. As X increases, Y decreases. So it's going to be going downhill. And remember, a weak one, they need to be scattered, but you can tell that they're going down. Okay? So start up top, and then work your way down.
Down. Like how Ray's
Steven, chill out. I can hear you over everyone else.
He's over there like, it's a sport.
Hey, Steven will come to track practice. I can use the sport.
Stop, both of you.
What do y'all just do?
Ham sandwiches over here. Nothing.
Oh, the sandwiches.
I know he's good laughing.
Alright, so that's what a moderate one looks like.
What's the difference?
Okay, baby, you see how this one's a little more scattered and this one is a little more condensed? Yeah.
So it's strong.
Oh, it's the same one.
I want someone to like.
Look at me go.
All right.
I like this movie. It's actual nice. It's like a fort against something else.
Steven, come on. Are you done? Are you sure? Okay. Oh, you just needed one more. Alright, so positive correlation it increases, negative correlation it decreases, no correlation.
You can't tell.
You can't tell. So as X increases, what does Y do?
Whatever it wants.
Whatever it wants.
Whatever it wants.
My words on that paper.
Those were.
So we should put
You just put dots galore, taters.
Wait.
Go ham. You can do it. Dots galore.
Come on, Steven, this is your time.
Steven, chill out. Oh my god. I like how much
I'm not, baby. Just tell them that you're the favorite and they're jealous.
Steven, that pencil's big. You can't bring that back.
Who's the favorite?
There's no coming back.
You are.
You are. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at our words and we're going to figure out if it's a positive, no, or negative correlation. Is everybody ready? And then we're going to glue them in.
Wait, where are we moving?
So let's start with test scores versus shoe size. Is that a positive, negative, or no correlation?
Definitely.
That is no correlation. If your shoe size is giant, that does not mean that you're going to make well on the test. Where did my glue go? I stole it.
You get it, Tony.
I wore a
Mason, may I please use one of your glue sticks?
Toss it.
like, shoot the three. I promise.
No
That's 5 push-ups. Sorry, Tater.
I'm so tired.
She didn't, but she needs you to do your push-ups.
I'm not about that.
Yeah, do your push-ups.
Alright, so hours of studying versus grades. Do you think that's a positive, negative, or no correlation? Positive.
Oh, what happened? Oh, wait, you told me that.
Hours of studying versus grades.
Yes, positive.
That's a yes. The more you study, the better your grades will be.
I don't think I said Bible study.
Says me. I was a valedictorian.
My mom was a valedictorian.
That's not a good theory.
That's okay.
Tyler, I guess you just didn't get there.
Albert Einstein dropped out in 9th grade.
He was also insane. He was a genius, but he was also insane. Stop.
How to do a read.
Alright, distance traveled versus amount of gas in the car. Negative. That is a negative correlation. The more you travel, the less gas you have.
But when if you try hard enough, you'll find it out process.
Alright guys, I need us to stop the side conversations because we can't hear what's happening. We were doing very well. But this one is distance traveled versus the amount of gas in the car.
You gotta cut off like the.
Alright, now the temperature and number of people wearing jackets. As the temperature increases, do more people wear jackets or less people? Okay guys, listen to what I said. Okay, let's try again. As the temperature increases, so as the temperature goes up, do more people wear jackets or less people wear jackets? So is that a positive or a negative? It's a negative. How old do you think I am?
Wait, so there's.
Wait, you did?
Are we sure we think these in the crowd?
Alright, weight on a skateboard versus, weight on a skateboard versus speed of the skateboard.
Okay, that depends, honestly. I'm gonna say no for that.
That's a negative. So like the more you weigh, the slower you're gonna go because it's not gonna roll.
Yeah, what if you're going down a hill and you're
We're not going down a hill. We're on a flat street.
flat street?
And there are always going to be outliers. There are always going to be some that aren't going to fit it, but that's okay.
But I thought it was done for that.
Negative.
Temperature and number of jackets.
Okay, guys, everybody look at the board. These three are negative. So please make sure you have these three glued down.
I do.
We don't need to talk. We don't need to talk. I just need these three glued down. We have one on no correlation, which is test scores versus shoe size. And we have one on positive, hours of studying versus grades. That's all we have right now. Is everybody ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay? So everybody please find a person's height and a person's age.
No, that's positive.
That is a positive.
The older you get, the taller you get. Most
Don't
of the time.
ever look at someone.
Yes.
After turn around and
I did.
Wait.
turn around.
Boom. Mine's short.
Alright. How tall a person is and how fast they drive.
That is a negative.
That's a none.
Because if they're tall and they're driving some small car, that's gonna affect them.
Or they're short and they can't reach the gas tank.
Okay guys, that's no correlation. You can adjust your seat.
You're overthinking this. Wow, that's why you have the.
Alright, number of pets a person has and number of books a person has read.
No correlation.
No correlation. Because you could have a bunch of pets and read lots of books, or you could have no pets and read lots of books, or you could have no pets and no books and be a sad, sad human.
Neither of them.
Are we ready? Or do we need a mo?
Okay. The person was I have my own company now.
Correct.
Man, we got a lot of no correlations.
We have 3 no correlation right now. Test scores, shoe sizes, how tall a person is and how fast they drive, number of pets and books. So we have 3 no correlation. Oh my gosh. We have 3, 3, and 2, baby. 2 positive. Check your positive.
You're supposed to have hours of studying.
You do. At the top you have 2 things glued down. And then you have 3 negative. Okay? And now we have 3 none.
I'm down. Oh, and you cut one of them.
Alright, hours in the mall versus amount of money spent is what we're doing next. That is definitely positive. That is not fun.
You
It's
don't
depressing.
tell yourself you're not interested in any more money, but then you don't see that jacket.
Oh, look at all this stuff I can't buy because I'm broke. No one wants to do that. Go home, save your gas, read a book, go for a walk, do something productive with your life.
Do your homework.
Wait, what's middle
I was like, you can go look where it's like, you can like
Look in the window. Alright, education and income. Positive. Generally speaking, education and income is positive. Now, there's always going to be some outliers, but generally speaking, education and income are positive.
number of days?
Well, that's like 1% of 1%, baby, so.
The next one's negative. I bet you $5.
Number of days absent from school versus your math average. Negative.
really good with that, Nick.
I don't know.
Well, most of us aren't.
What?
Okay, so everybody check your positive. Make sure you have those 4 positive, and then I'm going to move it up so we can see negative.
I do. If she said don't talk, why are you talking? Oh my
Hey, Tyler.
Tyler saved himself.
I saw you check out the other day. Okay,
What was the point of that? What was the point of that absolutely
Is it about my
pointless
sister, Tiger?
conversation?
Is it about my sister?
Probably.
Probably.
Alright, this is negative.
Wait, that was your sister? Wait, Tyler, that was your sister?
Yes, that's my sister.
You got a sister?
Huh?
You got a Snapchat?
You have a girlfriend.
You have a woman, Tiger. What do you do? She's like 20. I'm telling Bianca. She got like
I'm stopping. I'm like, hold on in case you don't get her.
Yeah.
She's dating his older brother.
Oh, they're dating Alex?
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, you got 2 boxes from UPS and Houston that went up
Me and Logan.
Yes, ma'am, just a minute.
I'm thinking one of those is yours. I'm not 100% sure if it's yours. From 3 m.
Okay.
I think it's yours though.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Me and Owen.
Connor Price. They're closest to me.
I'm actually the closest. We have a special bond.
Okay, does everybody have their negative?
Yes.
Does everybody have their no?
Yes.
Are we ready to talk about our project?
Yes.
Okay. This is not the attitude that we're gonna have. It's just not, Tater. It's just not. If you keep having this attitude, I will make you do a notebook check without your notebook. And your math workshop test without your math workshops, okay? Chill.
That was pretty good. That was good.
Alright, you're each gonna get 2 papers. Leave it in the order that I need it to. Everybody's gonna get 2.
My sister's dry.
My back is killing me.
Mine's gonna be like.
I'm being serious. Nope, I need to. I get both of her.
It's like we have literally pass out papers. I know. Same conversation.
We're doing the same order. No, you're right. It's the same order.
Hey! Hey!
Alright guys, so you are going to have to choose a fast food restaurant. Now, each person at your table has to pick a different fast food restaurant. Okay? Okay, guys, we can talk about it in a minute. So let's walk through what we're going to do. Whoever is wiggling, stop. Can you turn around, or you're going to lose all points. All points. For the whole week. Alright, so you're going to find the nutrition facts for the fast food restaurant. You're going to pick 15 menu items. Let's underline some important facts. 15 menu items. These items should be food items. So not like salt or ketchup or sauce. We don't care about that. It needs to be food that you order.
How if your restaurant does not have 15?
So what, do you have to go against everything that you said?
Alright, so then fill in the following table for your 15 menu items. Be sure that you are recording the total calories and the total grams of fat. Total calories and total grams of fat. Okay? You're going to fill that in here. In a minute, you're going to pick out what restaurant you're doing. You can discuss amongst your group. That's fine. Let's turn it over to the back. No. Alright, so then you will create a scatter plot that compares the total fat on the x-axis. So let's make sure that we have that highlighted, underlined. The total fat goes on the x-axis. Because we're going to see if fat controls calories. That's our goal. And we're going to compare the total calories on the y-axis. That is very, very important that you label it correctly. And if you don't, you will not pass the project. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
This scatter plot should be completed on a full piece of graph paper. Your scale should be chosen appropriately and should be consistent throughout the entire graph. Your axes should be properly labeled, and your scatter plot should have a title. So not just X and Y, but what's on the X-axis, what's on the Y-axis. Not just McDonald's, but like what is going on at McDonald's. What are you looking at? Thank y'all so much. Do not connect the points of a scatter plot. You will make a conclusion about the correlation between the total grams of fat and the total calories. You have to write about it. You have to use more than 2 sentences. They have to be real words. Not just it has a positive correlation. You have to justify your answer. We're not doing this, so mark this out. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. You need to. So this is where you're going to write your conclusion. Does everybody understand? This assignment will be graded based on the attached rubric. You will submit the table, scatter plot, and conclusion. You can be as creative as you want. You can put it on a piece of poster board, whatever you want to do. Does everybody understand? This is what it's going to be graded on. So I would read through this and make sure that you know what it's going to be graded on. Does everybody understand? Yes. Monday. Yes. 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 What? What did you say, baby?
Let me get Taco Bell.
Yes. What?
You cannot take it to
You cannot take this with you and do your work. We're also going to work on it tomorrow in class.
We're all going to Memphis.
Alright, so now what you need to do is you need to decide what fast food restaurant you're working on. I would start on this tonight so that you already have at least the graph filled out, or the chart. Monday.
Just wait. If I do Subway, can I pick like one
Oh
time
my
sub?
gosh, Connor, well, how would you pick
Customize like this. No, like I get a sub with lettuce, and then the other one has tomato on it. Different sandwiches.
You're trying to get out.
Yes. It has to be 15 menu items. 15 menu items.
Wait, Miss Raspberry, what if she has that? She's not have that.
You can't. You cannot do the same thing. Like, I want you, alright, everybody listen. She asked you have to label the food on the graph, which is a great question. No, you do not have to label the food on the graph, but you must label it here. If you want to color coordinate it, like, do this one in green and do a green dot. This one in red, do a red dot. That would be good and helpful.
Nice.
But I should be able to look at this and find the dot. Does anybody have any other questions?
I do not.
When is it due? What's happening